It seems like a lot of the public comments focused on the draft being both too dense and unreadable, and also a lot of very specifics when it should be more general. And you had a few thoughts about that at the end of the meeting. Can you tell me what those were?
Well, first I'd say it was good to see so many people coming out and expressing an interest in the future of Harrisburg. The meeting was well run. There were lots of good ideas put on the table. But when it gets right down to it, the problem with the draft plan that is out there is that it is absolutely unreadable. It's inaccessible to the public. It takes multiple days to sort of dive into. It's repetitive. It's very long-winded. What's needed is a major edit. And we are in contractual disputes with the person who wrote the plan. The city feels that person was in breach of contract. We're not going to pay him any more money. So practically speaking, he's claiming it's his intellectual product. How are we going to fix this? What are we going to do about it? And a large problem with the plan is that it resuscitates with great specificity all of these ideas which the city has sort of already rejected, whether it's the Southern Gateway, which is basically a massive billion-dollar development and tunnel that goes into the downtown as a new gateway for the city. That was rejected over a decade ago. There's a new development called the Midtown Muse, which is a new type of architecture for the Midtown area around the Broad Street Market, which grew out of another plan that was developed decades ago, and really bears no relationship to private property or who owns what. You had people speaking out today, like major owners, like the senator saying, wait, why are you saying that there should be no parking on City Island? Or a business owner saying, wait, why is my building being redeveloped into a new concept which I've never even heard about until tonight? And I think these are fundamental flaws in the plan which really make it unsalvageable. What we've done is the city has written an alternative draft document. And it's up to the Planning Commission, but we're hopeful that the Planning Commission will at least allow the public to view that document. You can view it, PennLive, and the public can view it tonight. You can take a look at it. It's much less prescriptive, much easier to read, and we think it's the right way to go, especially if we're trying to build consensus. I'd say the most important point I made is that we're a city that is struggling after years of fiscal mismanagement. We're getting back on our feet. We are trying to exit Act 47, do things responsibly. We don't need a multi-billion-dollar grandiose vision for the future of the next 10 years. We need a practical plan, one that we can afford, one that we can actually accomplish, that has, it's okay to be aspirational, but it's not okay to just throw so much out there that is unpracticable. It really will confuse the public, and it's not what Harrisburg needs for the future. So these are my concerns with the plan, but the process itself, I think, was a very good one, and people really were heard, and it's now up to this volunteer board, a planning commission volunteer board, to decide what the next steps would be.
And the draft that was developed within the planning department, can you tell me a little bit about that? How did that come about?
So basically, the process broke down when the consultant began sending to our planning director these really long, complex chapters that didn't bear, that were hard to read and really didn't bear resemblance to the public input that was coming in, filled with lots of theory. He then tried to re-edit those and make them more accessible, a little less specific but clear. They're based on the same public feedback, and so it's sort of an edited version of the plan. It's much shorter, and that has been submitted. That's basically the city's comment on the plan that's been submitted to the Planning Commission. They'll basically have to decide which way they want to go.